Alright, so after a long and hard battle, the Vancouver Canucks prevail against the defending Stanley Cup champions as they earn themselves their first win of the season. And listen, say what you want about Barkov and Tkachuk not being in the lineup, there is a reason why this Panthers team won the Cup last season, and it's because they have so many weapons up and down their lineup. They were still super dangerous. But overall, I was very happy with the way the Canucks played this one from a 60-minute effort standpoint. They had themselves a couple of minor slip-ups early, but as the game progressed, they just kept looking better and better. A couple of minor lineup changes ahead of this one. Kevin Lankinen was back in the pipes. He was an absolute beast yet again. We also had Erik Brannstrom making his Canucks debut on the blue line in replacement of Derek Forbort, who had to leave the Canucks for personal reasons. Hopefully everything is alright there. And finally, Aatu Räty got sent down to Abbotsford. It's alright, I'm sure he'll be back up very soon. And coming into the lineup was Nils Åman. Anyways, with that being said, let's jump straight into the first period of play. Early, it's Lankinen who's making some saves, and then Teddy Blueger here gets a wraparound that looks like Bobrovsky gets on the end of and saves it, but they go to review it because of how close it was. It appears the puck did actually cross the line for a split second, therefore it's a good goal. The Vancouver Canucks take a 1-0 lead. Absolutely love to see it, and I was buzzing. Only for 11 seconds though, because unfortunately the Canucks don't really dial in after the goal. Panthers come straight back, and it's Boqvist who ties the game up at 1-1, so a little bit of a bummer there. Later in the period, it's Höglander with a nice feed over to Pettersson, but he just catches the iron. Unfortunate, but Pettersson was looking better today. Then just after that, it's Kevin Lankinen with some absolute robbery here. Keeps it out. I don't know how he saved this one, but respect to the man. 1-1 as the period ends. Early in the second, and Lankinen makes another really good save, this time on Rodriguez. I thought this was 100% in, but he just gets his pad on it, keeps it out. The Canucks regain momentum. Besser gets stopped here by Bobrovsky, but then Quinn Hughes later on in the period with a slap shot puts it by Bob to make it 2-1 for the Vancouver Canucks. Interesting thing about this one, Paul Maurice challenged it because he thought that the faceoff was won in an illegal way in which Åman touched the puck with his glove before he did with his stick. To be honest with you, I kind of agree, and I was surprised that the Vancouver Canucks got away with this one. I'll take it regardless, but I don't know, I'll leave that one up to you guys in the comment section down below. Later in the period, the Panthers make a pushback, and in the final minutes, they get on the power play, and it's Anton Lundell who beats Kevin Lankinen to tie this one up. Frustrating one because you don't want to be giving up the power play in the final minute, but it is what it is. In the third, the Canucks have some glorious chances here, but Bobrovsky stops all of them. Shots like this one from Hronek. And then Åman on this redirection got robbed. Höglander had a couple of chances in front here to put the Canucks ahead. You had Miller with a good chance late. The Canucks played good, but they couldn't find a solution, so we needed overtime. And in that overtime period, it's the man who now has the second most overtime goals in franchise history, JT Miller, who strikes. Quinn Hughes with a pass. JT makes a nice shift and then puts it right in the top corner. Beats Bobrovsky. Canucks win. Fantastic. And if you thought the Vancouver Canucks have had a bad start, let me tell you something. Last season was fantastic, right? Let me take you back to last season. After 4 games last season, the Canucks were 2-2, which put them on 4 points, 500 record. This year, the Canucks at 1-1-2 after 4 games have 4 points. So, you know what? It doesn't matter how you get there. The boys are back on track, and they look to get revenge on the Philadelphia Flyers this Saturday. But that's all for me in this video, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new around here. And before I go, I just wanted to share a quick clip from this week's episode of the Nuckhead Podcast. I was on it. It was a lot of fun getting into some interesting conversations about this Vancouver Canucks team ahead of this upcoming season with Nuckhead. If you want to catch the full podcast, which I really recommend, find it in the description down below. Subscribe to Nuckhead as well, he's an absolute legend. And yeah, enjoy the clip. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out and take care.
Performance, but if this keeps happening with Sprong, where every other game and look, we're 2 games into the season, so I'm aware that this is still very premature. It was premature when I said it before. It's premature still. But if Daniel Sprong can't find his defensive game and his consistency with it, they might have to call someone up like that. right? Because you need a scoring winger on the second line. You need someone who can shoot the puck. And Lekkerimaki, if you wrote down all the strengths, the offensive strengths of Sprong, and you wrote down all the offensive strengths of Lekkerimaki, they're virtually the exact same.
Yes.
Great shot, great vision, high hockey IQ. I actually don't know much about Lekkerimaki's defense.